Evening, viewers. Hope you've been doing well. Yeah, so tonight, plan of attack is we're going to replace the Minmus base. Um, we had a few issues with it, with the current one. I was thinking I'd just slap a couple of my ships together, so give it a bit more, bit, have a bit more to it. However, I seem to have run into a few problems. Um, I'm unable to detach a few bits and pieces from it, which pretty much means I might as well just get rid of it, get rid of the whole thing. Um, it's an older design, so it wouldn't hurt to replace it. I'm figuring that I've been running the game for close to 5 years. This game I have been streaming, exact same game, been streaming for almost 5 years. I remember it was during lockdown that I started. Um, yeah, so um, I have built it as a sort of a spur of the moment thing last night, so I may have kind of gone ahead and done stuff anyway. But yeah, so I started last night, and oh, it's heaps of Delta V, that'll be fine. Oh, I can hardly hear that. I can hear my voice though. Hang on, up that volume a bit. Cool. I'm going to use this one as a tug. Um, it's I probably should strip it a little bit so it's not wasting so much delta V on unnecessary bits and pieces. Anti-normal. So yeah, I'm going to take this one to Minmus. Replace the current station. Although I think what I'll do is I'll dock it with the current station. I actually also need to get rid of my fuel station because that thing's just a complete disaster. Um, I think what I'll do is I'll use the first moon base, the first base as a fueling station and a drop-off point um, for crew, passengers, etc. Um, so that'll be what that's for. Uh, base 2 will be for science and processing of like ore. Eventually, what I'll get around to doing is actually docking some asteroids with it so I can mine ore from the said asteroids. It's not something I've actually done yet, but it's something that I could do. Yeah, it's something I'd like to do. So yeah, that'll be something that I can do. Um, Actually, come to think about it, if I'm going to do that, I'm going to need to have some fuel tanks. Oh, it's got a chunky tank down the bottom. I'll just use that. It won't actually need that much fuel because I won't be fueling ships up from it. So yeah, I'll just leave the chunky bit. Um, what else? Oh yeah, the fuel station. Right. So I tried pulling a fuel tank off it the other day, and it just wouldn't work. So that didn't help. Um, yeah, there's a piece of it had one of the it worked really well the first time, but then just like stopped working. So yeah, suppose I should do Good old retrograde burn. There we are. I love that I can do that. I mean, there's so many little things about the game that I didn't know when I first started streaming. Uh, and if anyone's sort of interested and hasn't been paying any attention to the Kerbal Space Program news, what's happened is so Private Division, who do Kerbal Space Program, and I think they did too as well. They were sold and they've been purchased by a private equity firm, I think, which means they're going to try gut and get as much money out of it as they can, which is really sad. I mean, this has inspired so many people, which should not be played with like that. It just, yeah, it is what it is, though, I suppose. They legally purchased it; they can do with it what they please. I would have loved it if NASA or ESA and maybe JAXA or even maybe the Russian Space Agency, all of them just went ahead and bought it. But there's a new one, Kitten Space Agency, which I believe, I don't know, sounds like it could be interesting. Um, Currently it's called Kitten Space Agency, or KSA for short. There's my base. So pretty much what you see there is what I took into orbit. Oh no, I lie. I did have some solid rocket boosters on this thing. It was not easy getting into orbit in one piece. Oh yeah, so there's some mods which I'll get at some point, which is why I've done, and I'll expand the station out this way with habitable areas and maybe some sciencey things, and yeah, might even get around to putting a spinny thing up the top for gravity, because you can do that. Okay, so I might keep these things together for the time being. Actually, I'll undo all of those. Cool. Let's go target it. I think I'll pull it. Oh, no, I'll push. Okay. That's what we want. Oh. That's why we designed it. Good to see it. Uh-oh. Um, that was less than ideal. So what happened there was the parts decided to go clip into each other and destroy themselves. Shouldn't have happened, but it did. So what I might look at doing. I don't think I've detached them at this point if I'm lucky. haven't. Excellent. Which means what I'll do is what I will do is I'll dock and then I'll detach and then I'll fly away. Hopefully fly through the debris without taking any hits. Okay, control from there. Target that. Okay, I do have lights. The ship looks tiny in comparison. Let's see if I can squeeze in sideways. Blast it, I'll set angle, diagonal. Actually, no, oh, fudge. Okay. Okay, so I've got 5,000 meters per second of delta V in this thing. Oh, that's right, I was going to grab one of those other ones, wasn't I? Oh well, whatever. I wasn't actually going to use this. I wasn't actually going to use this one. Oh, 578 meters per second delta V, that's not enough. I'm not going to get anywhere. Oh, mind you, I'm going to detach all those tanks, aren't I? So yeah, I intend to maybe just do these tanks up because I mean it's not cheap getting them into space, so you know I might just jam them on the old thingamajig on a space station. Okay, that's good. And the engines are valuable as well. So what I'll do with those is I'll deorbit them. And of course I've got space for ore as well. Alrighty then. Boop. Perfect. Next question, how much delta have I got? Says target. Oh, fudge. Okay, it's going to take a while. Meantime, I'll do this. So, turned out that so one of my contracts is to expand the space station here. This one specifically. Oh, fudge. Yeah. Yes, one of my contracts is to expand the space station. And I'm going to be doing that, obviously. But it turns out that the ship that I was planning to send to Eve actually is going to fit the bill, so that'll do the job quite nicely. Once I've done this, I might start to consider getting the thing ready for decommissioning and getting the new one up. Yeah, if like how many days is it? Oh gee, that's 13 days. hours. It actually had occurred to me because the new space station's got does actually have everything I need on it. Oh, sorry, it has all the bits and pieces I need. So I could dock that one as well, but I'll use this since it's here. So yeah, bit of replacing some of my infrastructure, some of my aging infrastructure, and I'll be deorbiting it properly to ensure that I don't actually lose out any money, because it all costs. I mean, some stuff I don't care about, like probes are just not worth your time. I mean, I just deorbit them normally. Although in real life there was such thing as a graveyard orbit, where what they do is they'll is when something sort of, I guess, past its useful life, they'll put it into a high orbit, to a point that it'll take sort of tens of thousands of years to deorbit. So yeah, I think that's kind of cool. Bed, that actually would be fine. And then all I need to do is I would need to pick up a I thought I sent that over on its way to, well, maybe I didn't. All I need to do is then pick up a mining module from the surface. There's there's a base I'm going to take apart. It's the original Minmus base. It was sort of not the best. I mean, the one I've got currently does extremely well. Okay. Turn the lights on, and I can't see anything. Neat. Where's the sun at? It's the middle of the night. Okay. I'm gonna need to kill all the speed, because I'll be needing to fuel up from this thing as well. I should try doing that from the fueling station, and for some strange... Oh yeah, also the fueling station started spazzing out as well. I don't think I can actually use it anymore. So what I mean by that is it was violently shaking itself apart, because that seems to be how things go. I think the Kraken's got a hold of it, which is unfortunate. Oh, no, I was going to say there's that, but no, there's not. No, we need to go north a bit. whoops. I'm going to take this thing down anyway, so... Oh dear, I've run out of power. Double dear. Ah, yeah, okay. 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 Right, now I'm actually getting power. Not much power, but I'm getting power. Hmm. I'll have to use the ship I'm my tug as a transportation thing for this thing. Bother. It's all good. It's what it is. So what I mean is because this here is my what I'm going to be using to land. I don't actually have a lander. on the station, which is half the reason I'm doing some of the stuff. It's not perfect, but it'll do. Okay. And I know where one of those is. Oh. So it's only just occurred to me that shoot, what's occurred to me? Something's occurred to me, and it was kind of important. That's right. I may not be able to actually get the resource thingamajig off the service. Reason being is, turns out that give me a sec. Oh, of course, yeah. The object thrower wasn't working yesterday. Okay, I'll just get you back on board, and then we'll go down to the base just to test it out. You know, I'll test it up here. I mean, I suppose I could throw a Kerbal at it. So, object thrower, mass, size, speed. Right. What the heck? So that should have been, that should be firing blocks. It's not. And of course, so yeah, what I was hoping to do was I was hoping to use these here to create a bridge between two of between a second one of these, because those the docking ports will be the same location. But in order to do that, I have to take parts off. As you can see, I took these off fine. Can't take those off because of these, and they won't actually allow me to will not allow me to take them off, which as you can imagine is a bit of a problem. So I thought, well, you know, just destroy these pieces. Done that in the past. Nope, can't do that either. I could probably get, oh, those would be useful. Cool. I could probably grab a few bits and pieces off here. Those would be handy, but can't. What I think I'll just do is just I'll grab the docking ports. Delightful. Excuse me. I will grab the fuel off that thing though. Yeah, I'll grab as much fuel as I can because I'm going to need to have about 900 meters per second left. Okay, you're done charging. So I'm just charging some phones. Yeah, looking good. You're probably good too, unless you stop charging, which you have. Okay, that one I need to deal with. I think there's some gunk in the charge port. Okay, cool. Alright, we will go back here. I'm going to need more fuel. I honestly thought I had enough. Give me a sec, I'll just plot my maneuvers. See how much I'm actually going to need. That way I can go for sort of an absolute minimal. As little as possible. Focus view. It's 929. Okay, we need at least 1100. So I need 50% more, I think. Okay. Oops. And I can also leave the burn a little bit as well. So my altitude is... Ooh. My periapsis is actually in the atmosphere, which is not good. Because this means that I'll slowly deorbit, and I don't want that. Hmm. Okay, because I'm going down, I'm going just to a sneaky radius. This isn't normally what I normally don't think this is a very good burn to do. Not overly efficient, but at the same time I don't want into the atmosphere, which is what's going to happen. So by doing this, I'm... Why? Oh, of course. Oops. I was wondering why things weren't looking... I keep forgetting that these engines can rotate. Yeah, so this should be able to hold plenty of fuel. That'll do. Okay. Yeah, I'll dock with this. I'll dock just to get a bit more fuel. I think that might be the best option. And then I'll get this to Minmus, and it does have the. Admittedly, it can't. Oh, maybe. No, I can't hold the number of Kerbals, but it's certainly covers a lot of bases. I think that plus what I have there would actually have completed the contract. I might see. Yeah, I'll definitely see what I can get off that base that base I got down there. I need to take some docking ports and some other support ships to help lift. Okay. That's why I don't need to do a full 180. The engines do it for me. That'll do. We should get around to uploading these to YouTube. Didn't do the last one either. Gosh, it's warm tonight. Get my RTGs provide some power. When the solar panels are unable to. That'll do. Oh, fudge, I forgot the engines. that they can rotate, and instead of wasted a ton of time I don't really have. Oh, there's so little acceleration that I can't even stop to redo the burn. Oh dear. I like that burn. Okay. And okay, I'm not actually. No, I won't dock. Docking is going to be too much of a pain with this big heavy weight. I'll just get to a nice slow speed. I'll do. and use a glitch just to go straight through it. Bloop. Okay. And for the record, yes, I am forgetting that I can rotate the engines. My nacelles, if I want to sound fancy. Swizzle sticks. At least there's some lights. Select target. And I'm a little bit OCD. Excellent. Okay, I'm going to bump that up to 5,000, I think. 7 ought to be enough. That's interesting, because I guess the centre of mass is changing. It actually moves my ship forward and backwards. That's kind of cool. Just if anyone's interested in knowing what I'm rambling on about, it's the thought that you could in fact use like get super close to the target that you wish to dock with, and then once you've got close to it, you just turn around and change the center of mass. You could just have some heavy beams which sort of go forwards and backwards along the superstructure of your ship, and that would, by moving those beams, your ship would move somewhat as well, and that way you don't have to expend fuel. I mean, it's the same concept as reaction wheels, really, isn't it? Okay. Plenty of electric charge on this thing. I was wondering why it was moving so freely. It's because I got 5 reaction wheels. I need to flip those as well. They're going the wrong way. Oh, hey. Hmm. Should have enough monopropellant. Oh yeah. 1189. Man. Focus view. $8.45. weird, this game sometimes doesn't... For real these? Oh no, we're good. Oh, 17-minute burn. Okay, I'm going to do that in 2 lots. Oh, hang on, 7 minutes. That'll be 14 minutes. I think I might just do 8 minutes for the first burn. 8 minutes. 4.5. 9 minutes. No, I'm having to time warp this, but that's one of the problems about physics warping is you get that sort of stuff happening, which will probably affect things in a negative way. Because if the thrust isn't going directly backwards, I'm potentially wasting a bunch of delta V I don't actually have. Tell you what, I'll leave it at that tonight, and I'll do a part 2. So yeah, thanks for watching. Peace out, Jeb says hi, and we'll come back with part 2 tomorrow, maybe, if we've got time. Peace.